Canada.
Known for maple syrup, polite people, and snow-covered beauty, is also one of the most immigrant-friendly countries in the world. If you've been thinking of starting over, finding better opportunities, or just experiencing life in a safe and peaceful country, Canada should definitely be at the top of your list. With over 400,000 new immigrants welcomed each year, the Canadian dream is more accessible than ever. But here's the thing, there are so many ways to move there. Express entry, work permits, study routes, family sponsorship, and more, that it can be confusing to figure out where to begin. That's why this video will break down everything you need to know, step by step. Whether you're a student, skilled worker, entrepreneur, or someone just starting out, we'll walk you through the easiest and most realistic ways to make Canada your new home in 2025. This is not a video full of wishful thinking or complicated legal jargon, just clear, simple, and updated guidance based on Canada's latest immigration streams. Stick around till the end for pro tips that could boost your chances. Ready to turn your dream into a plan? Let's dive in. Canada isn't just popular for its natural beauty or friendly citizens, it consistently ranks among the top countries in the world for quality of life, education, and economic freedom. It offers universal health care, world-class education, low crime rates, and a strong sense of social equality. What's more, it's a country that actively wants immigrants. With an aging population and a growing demand for skilled labor, Canada has set one of the highest immigration targets per capita in the world. The government's open immigration policy isn't just about filling jobs, it's about building communities and long-term success stories. Multiculturalism is part of the national identity. Walk through cities like Toronto, Vancouver, or Montreal, and you'll find people from all corners of the globe, living, working, studying, and thriving together. In fact, over 1 in 5 Canadians is foreign-born. Combine that with political stability, low corruption, and stunning natural landscapes, from the Rocky Mountains to the Atlantic coast, and you have a dream destination that's not just beautiful, but incredibly livable. Whether you're after safety, opportunity, education, or just a fresh start, Canada is offering an open door. You just have to know how to walk through. The express entry system is the most popular and efficient way for skilled workers to gain permanent residency in Canada. It's a points-based immigration system where applicants are ranked according to a comprehensive ranking system, CRS score. Your CRS is calculated based on your age, education level, work experience, language skills, English and/or French, and other factors like having a job offer or a Canadian degree. If you score high enough, you could be selected in a draw and invited to apply for permanent residency. One of the best things about express entry, you don't need a job offer to apply, although it does increase your score. To begin, you must create an online profile and submit your language test results, like IELTS or CELPIPS, and have your foreign education credentials assessed through an Educational Credential Assessment, ECA. From there, you're placed in the express entry pool. Every 2 weeks, Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, IRCC, invites the top candidates to apply. Processing can be as quick as 6 months. For young, educated individuals with decent language skills, express entry remains the easiest and fastest way to make the move. And yes, it's all done online. No lawyers needed unless you really want one. If you're young and ambitious, studying in Canada is one of the most strategic ways to immigrate. Canada's universities and colleges are globally respected, and international students are welcomed with open arms. Once you're accepted into a designated learning institution, DLI, you can apply for a study permit. This allows you to live in Canada legally while completing your education. But the real advantage comes after graduation. Most programs make you eligible for a post-graduation work permit, PGWP, letting you stay and work in Canada for up to 3 years. This Canadian work experience can be the golden ticket to permanent residency through express entry or the Canadian Experience Class, CEC. While studying, you can work up to 20 hours per week during classes and full-time during breaks. If you bring family, your spouse can get an open work permit and your children can attend school for free. To maximize your chances, choose a program that's 2 years or longer. It gives you a longer PGWP. Yes, tuition can be expensive, but there are scholarships, and many students work part-time to help cover costs. This route is great for long-term planners who want Canadian education, Canadian experience, and eventually Canadian citizenship. Don't qualify for express entry? Don't worry. Canada's Provincial Nominee Program, PNP, could be your answer. Each Canadian province, except Quebec and Nunavut, has its own immigration streams designed to meet specific regional labor needs. If you have the right skills, work experience, or education for a particular province, they can nominate you for permanent residency. Some PNP streams are aligned with express entry, meaning you still apply online, and a provincial nomination adds 600 points to your CRS score. This practically guarantees an invitation. Other PNP streams are non-express entry. They may be paper-based and take longer, but often require lower language scores and less competitive profiles. Popular PNPs include Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program, OINP, Tech and Business, British Columbia PNP, Health, IT and Trades, Saskatchewan PNP, Agriculture and Service Industries, Atlantic Immigration Program for Nova Scotia, PEI, New Brunswick and Newfoundland. To boost your chances, target provinces with labor shortages in your field. Check their occupation lists regularly. PNPs are ideal for people with niche skill sets or lower CRS scores. And remember, smaller provinces often have faster processing and easier criteria than the big cities. If you want to move to Canada without first becoming a permanent resident, the work permit pathway might be the way to go. This option allows you to legally live and work in Canada temporarily, and it can often lead to permanent residency down the road. The most common route is getting a job offer from a Canadian employer who is willing to sponsor you. This may involve the employer securing a Labour Market Impact Assessment, LMIA, a document proving that no Canadian is available to do the job. Once approved, you can apply for a temporary work permit. Jobs that frequently get LMIA approval include truck drivers, caregivers, farm workers, cooks, welders, and tech roles. In some cases, you don't even need an LMIA, especially if you're from a country that has an international agreement with Canada, or if you're applying under the Global Talent Stream. The work permit allows you to gain Canadian work experience, which can make you eligible for express entry, or a PNP, later. While this path might seem more complex up front, it's one of the few options available for people without a degree or strong English skills. It's a real, hands-on way to build your future in Canada. Family sponsorship is one of the most heartwarming and powerful ways to immigrate to Canada. If you have close family members who are already Canadian citizens or permanent residents, they may be able to sponsor you to join them in Canada. The most common form is spousal sponsorship, but parents, grandparents, and dependent children may also be eligible. To qualify, the sponsor must meet income requirements, prove they can support you financially, and agree to take responsibility for you for a set number of years. For spouses or common law partners, this period is typically 3 years. Canada has both inland and outland spousal sponsorship processes, and you can often stay in Canada while the application is being processed. There are also super visa programs for parents and grandparents, a long-term, multiple entry visa that allows visits up to 5 years at a time. Family reunification is a top priority for Canadian immigration, and the process is relatively fast compared to other immigration streams. If you already have family ties in Canada, this could be your most emotionally and financially secure way in. Just be prepared to submit documents proving the relationship is genuine, especially for spousal applications. Canada is also a global leader in refugee and humanitarian efforts. If you're fleeing war, persecution, or natural disaster, you may be eligible for asylum in Canada. The country accepts thousands of government-assisted and privately sponsored refugees each year, and it's known for a fair and compassionate process. To apply as a refugee, you can either make a claim from inside Canada or be referred by the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, or a private sponsorship group. If your claim is accepted, you'll receive permanent residency and access to social services, such as housing assistance, healthcare, and job training. Canada also has a humanitarian and compassionate ground stream for people who may not qualify through traditional programs but have compelling personal circumstances. This might apply if you've already been living in Canada without status for years, or if returning to your country poses a serious risk. While these routes are more specialized and depend heavily on individual circumstances, they demonstrate Canada's commitment to being a safe haven. If you or someone you know is in urgent need of protection, it's worth researching these pathways or speaking to an authorized immigration consultant. Regardless of the path you choose, every immigration application to Canada requires specific documentation. Being prepared and organized can speed up your process and avoid unnecessary delays. Here's what you'll almost always need. Valid passport. Your passport must be up to date and valid for the duration of your stay. Language test results, IELTS or CELP-IP for English, TEF for French. Educational Credential Assessment, ECA, required if your degree is from outside Canada. Proof of funds, especially important for express entry or study permits. Must show you can support yourself and family. Work experience documents, letters from past employers, contracts, or pay stubs. Medical exams required for permanent residency. Police certificates to prove you have no serious criminal record. Photos and biometrics for identification. Some programs may also require job offer, letter, marriage or birth certificates, letters of explanation. It's crucial to double-check with the latest IRCC guidelines, as requirements can change. Submitting incorrect or missing documents is one of the top reasons applications are delayed or rejected. If you're unsure, consult an immigration expert or use a document checklist on the Canadian government's official immigration website. So, after exploring all these options, which one is actually the easiest way to immigrate to Canada in 2025? The answer depends on your background, goals, and flexibility. But here's a quick summary. Express entry, fastest and most popular. Great for young, educated professionals with good English to French skills. Study permit, ideal for young students who want a long-term path through education and work. PNP, perfect for those who don't qualify for express entry but match regional labor demands. Work permit, best for hands-on workers or those without a degree who can find job offers. Family sponsorship, easy, if you already have family in Canada. Humanitarian routes, life-saving for those in crisis, but eligibility is strict. Ultimately, express entry remains the most balanced path in terms of speed, flexibility, and independence. But if your CRS score is low, pairing it with a PNP nomination can give you a huge boost. The easiest way is the one that matches your strengths. Get your language scores, assess your education, and target the stream that's most realistic for you. So there you have it, the ultimate guide to the easiest ways to move to Canada in 2025. Whether you're a student, worker, spouse, or refugee, Canada has a path for you. But none of these doors will open unless you take the first step. Start with research. Take your language test. Get your documents together. Reach out to schools, employers, or family. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Make the moment perfect by preparing today. Immigration isn't instant, but it's possible, and millions are doing it every year. If this video helped you out, give it a like, share it with someone thinking of moving to Canada, and subscribe for more guides like this. Drop a comment if you have questions. We'll do our best to answer or create a follow-up video. Thanks for watching, and wherever your journey takes you, we hope it brings you closer to a better life. Till next time, stay brave, stay smart, and stay ready.